Thank you to all my channel members, including my fan appreciation level members and my contributor level members, for helping support the YouTube channel. Hello, and welcome to my channel. My name is Jonathan Cohn, and today I have my book review of the book Elegy for a Lost Star by Elizabeth Haydon. This is the fifth book in the overall Symphony of Ages saga. There are three trilogies. This is the second book in the second trilogy. And I picked this book up after reading Requiem for the Sun because I'm a big Elizabeth Haydon fan. I read her original trilogy for the Symphony of Ages, which included Rhapsody, Prophecy, and Destiny, which is a superb trilogy. Book 2, Prophecy, isn't that great? But books 1 and 3 are amazing, superb, tremendous. Like, these two books made it on my all-time fantasy list. So, because of that, I'm a Elizabeth Haydon fan. I wanted to continue on with her series, and I read Requiem for the Sun last month. You can check out my review of it. Just look up the title of the book and my name, you'll find it. And I was super excited to read this, and it kind of was just okay. They had some moments that I liked and some moments and I didn't like. But you know what? Oh well. Then I picked up Elegy for a Lost Star. And for one, I love this cover by the Royo who did the cover art for the first 6 books. Gorgeous cover art. And so I thought, you know what, I will pick it up and see how it goes. It's only 400 pages, which means that it is significantly shorter than the other books. The other books range from about 600 pages to about 800 pages. And so I thought perhaps what Elizabeth Haydon's going to do here is she's going to decrease the page count and decrease the number of POVs and hone in on what makes the series good. And what makes the series good are the main 4 characters: Rhapsody, Ash, Grunther, and Ahmed. Those are the main 4 characters. That's what makes the series good. If she focuses on the 4 of them, it will be a golden book. And if she doesn't, that's what's going to harm the book. And that's what harmed this book, is she yet again adds more POVs, adds more plot lines, makes it more complex. That's not what this series needed. What this series needed was to be decreased. And I'm okay with multi-character series and series that are huge and expanding and whatnot. Wheel of Time, Stormlight Archive, love those series. But this series, it just does not work. Every time she's added more stuff, it's just not worked out. The main 4 should be the main 4 of each book. And it was really, you can have other characters, but don't make them POV characters. There was a few things I did like in this book. I did enjoy the scene where Emperor Talquist sees some slaves and he goes out to stop the slavers. And when he gets the slaves and they all think they're saved and whatnot, and then it turns out, no, Talquist is an evil dude and he goes and does some evil stuff to the slaves. And it's like, okay, yeah, I saved you from these slavers, but I'm the real slaver king. And it's like, oh crap, out of the frying pan into the fire type thing. And I thought that was a brilliant scene. That scene alone was brilliant. And there were a few other moments I liked. There's some interplay between Ash and Rhapsody that were okay in this book. And with Gwydion, the kid that becomes like the leader of Navarne and like kind of takes over while Ash and Rhapsody leave during this book. There were some cute moments with him. But as a whole, the whole book didn't work. I didn't even love the Rhapsody and Ash storyline or the Grunther and Ahmed storyline. I really felt that everything just got lost in this book because Elizabeth Haydon had too many ideas going on, had too many disparate things. You had the dragons going on in a few other places. You had the history stuff going on. You also had the stuff from the last book kind of unfolding. You had the political situation unfolding. You also have this new guy, Talquist, that I don't believe we'd met before. Maybe we had, and I just don't remember. But we had Talquist, just so much, and just none of it landed. None of it as a whole. A few individual scenes were okay to read and were fun, but as a whole, the book just doesn't land. And it's really sad because, the concepts, the promises of this book, seeing Rhapsody holding her baby, fighting off against dragons. That's like, how do you mess that up? That is such a great premise, which, by the way, this scene doesn't even really happen until the end, and even then, it doesn't really happen as epic as this image kind of makes it out to be. But it should be an easy layup of a book to do. She had set up what this book should have been in the previous books, and she just doesn't do it. And I was so over this book. I was just racing to finish it just to get done with it. Gave it a shot. It could have been an amazing book. It could have jolted me into loving the series again. But unfortunately, this is the weakest book so far. I'm gonna give it a 2.5 out of 10. It's not a good book. It's the weakest of the series by far. And I had some people on Twitter asking me, should I continue the series? And as of right now, this is my recommendation. Obviously, I haven't read the last 4 books. There's one more book in this trilogy, The Assassin King, and then there's another trilogy that happens after. I didn't read any of those books yet, but as of right now, what I'll recommend is if you're interested, read the first trilogy, and that's it. Strong cutoff with Destiny. Destiny finishes out a story. Destiny is like the end of an arc, and is like a complete trilogy if you read this trilogy. I don't think reading the rest is worth it. And in fact, I had The Assassin King on my March TBR, and I've taken it off. I am not planning to read The Assassin King in March. I might get to it in a few months or in a year or so. I might come back just so I can 100% the trilogy, because that was my goal. The reason I picked this was it's just a trilogy I can 100%. But I have no intention of 100%ing it now because I just didn't like the book that much. This is rare that this happens. I'm not bagging on the first 3 books, really, although the second book is weak. But the first 3 books still form a great trilogy. So I'm still a big Elizabeth Haydon fan because of that. But so far, the sequel books are not doing it. So that is my thoughts generally on Elegy for a Lost Star. I really wanted to like this one. It's just not good at all. Did you agree with me? If you read the book, let me know on your thoughts on, did you agree that the plot was all disparate? What did you think of the whole pregnancy plot, how that was handled? I thought it was handled better in Requiem for the Sun than it was handled for here. Anyway, and just let me know whether or not it's worth it if you've read the rest of the books, whether it's not continue with Assassin King. Does that finish the trilogy good, or is it not finish until the last of the 9 books? Let me know those thoughts in the comments section down below, and consider subscribing to the channel for more book reviews. And let me know, do you like this gorgeous cover by Royo, and what are your favorite cover arts like this? Let me know those thoughts, and until next time, I'm Jonathan, and thank you for watching.